Hey, nature photographers, it is Lee Hoy, your generally friendly OM System and Fotopro ambassador, coming to you today on a rather chilly day up here in the Davis Mountains. I have on, oh my gosh, I love this flannel shirt. It's so warm. And my favorite beanie, Cole. I actually have this beanie on my website under the buy gear, right, tab. I love this. It's got to be pretty chilly for this to you be able to wear it. The only downside is it's so warm it actually reduces your hearing a little bit. But if you want a nice warm head, because as y'all know, I lack any layer of insulation on the top. So I love my cold beanies. Hey, I'm excited about today's topic. I want you to know that I get invited to collaborate with a lot of different companies on a lot of different things. And most time I tell them, hey, when they ask how much I want to charge, I say nothing because I want people to know that if I'm going to share something with you, you can trust what I have to say. So today's item, even though I'm a Fotopro ambassador, I didn't ask for it, I bought it. I paid the same price you would pay because I want to give you a fair review and assessment. So in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the X-Rotator 75 and compare it to the Atoll D. We'll talk about what those do and why you should get one when we come back. Hello, my name is Lee Hoy, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lee Hoy Photography. I'm an OM System ambassador, senior workshop instructor for Wildside Nature Tours. I'm a workshop instructor for Precision Camera and Video, and a contributing author for the Journal of Wildlife Photography. Hey, nature photographers, I'm excited to share with you. I've got 2 destinations in Brazil for macro workshops that nobody really goes to. I Googled, I couldn't find any workshops to the region of Amapa where we can get the incredibly endangered and beautifully colored harlequin toads, all purples, yellows, Atelopus species. I had no idea you could even get there. So take a look at my website, the Jewels of Amapa and the Bayai, I'm probably mispronouncing it, Rainforest Expedition, some phenomenal macro opportunities. I'm going to be putting together a workshop for Brazil where the jaguars walk within feet of the vehicle. You're not in big piles of boats, which I enjoy the pant and all, and I'll still do it. But hey, options are options. So watch for some of my cool upcoming Brazil workshops. I'm putting together more destinations in Brazil. It's the size of the U.S., of the lower 48, and yet most people go to 2, maybe 3 destinations. Imagine going to America and say, oh, there's only really 3 places to photograph. So watch for your generally friendly OM System ambassador to put together some more workshops for you. Well, let's get into today's topic. When I'm shooting landscape, night sky, off a tripod or whatever, I hate having to take a camera off a tripod head and mount it vertical for vertical shots. And y'all know I shoot vertical a lot. My phrase, a vertical subject often warrants a vertical composition. So, and what I really don't like, and y'all know I love my Fotopro Origin Plus travel tripod. I don't like having to rotate a ball head to the side and get it in the little gap and fiddle fart around. I don't want to waste time with that. Well, fortunately, companies have developed items so that we don't have to do that. So the first one I owned was the Atoll D, and this would mount, it's an Arca Swiss compatible bracket. You'd mount it to the ball head or the gimbal head of your tripod, and you loosen this dial and you rotate it, and now you're shooting vertical. And what I liked on the Atoll D, hear that click? Listen. That click lets you know you're vertical, horizontal. Boom, tighten it down. I can shoot horizontal, I can shoot vertical, and that's all I have to do so, okay? So the thing about the Atoll D is it wouldn't work if you had a grip on your camera. You had to put this spacer in. And I mounted this one a little further out, but for some people it can be a little hard getting to the lens release button. And on the right-hand side, it's extremely challenging to get your fingers up in there on the grip. It's pretty tight because it's a full circle. Okay, the Atoll D is a full circle. And I know with my accent, Atoll D. D is in dog. I should make that clear. I will still use this. I still like it. It is quick. It is easy. It attaches to your camera easily. But it's more expensive than the other one I'm going to look at, and especially when you add in having to buy the spacer. And you have to buy the right spacer. So this is the Atoll D. And it works with most of the lenses I need it for. No problem using it. Now, if you're using a long lens with a tripod foot, you need to mount to a tripod using the lens foot. You don't mount with the camera or with this. That puts too much weight on the lens. You need to support the big lens, okay? So if a lens comes with a tripod foot, you always connect that setup to a tripod by the lens foot. So that's the Atoll D. My biggest, no real complaints, but it's too tight. I can still grip it, but it is in the way. And unless you slide it out away from the body ways, it can make it more challenging with the lens release button. On this setup, not a problem. But because it's bigger, it adds a little weight to your setup. Well, Fotopro, and yes, again, let me reiterate, I know I'm one of their ambassadors. I just ordered this off the website. No benefit to me whatsoever, other than I love the product, okay? Well, they have what's called the X-Rotator 75, and they also have the X-Rotator 95, which is larger. So the X-Rotator 75, the benefit is it's only a quarter circle. Instead of going all the way around the camera, it just comes to here. Now, there's a couple of things I want you to notice. I have an additional item attached here that I'll talk about. So pretend it just comes with this right here, which is Arca Swiss compatible, so it will easily attach to your ball head, your Eagle tripod that I love, my Fotopro Eagle series, the E6 or E7, right? E9. And then the part that attaches to your camera, there's no need for a spacer, but it's also Arca Swiss compatible. So you could attach, so I can attach my Black Rapid strap here. Same thing here, I can attach a Black Rapid strap to this. If I can't attach my strap to it, it's not going to work for me. And then here, there is a place to attach, or here. So no problem attaching my strap, so that if I'm not shooting on the tripod, I can still carry it around, no problem. And of course, I have the wood grain grip attached to my OM3. So it's got this bracket along here, and then the X-Rotator 75 just mounts directly to that. Now, what I love about this is because it's only a quarter circle, it is not in the way of the LFN button, okay? It is not in the way of the color on the OM3. There's the color dial. It's not in the way of that. I can easily get to the lens release button. So because it's only a quarter circle, it's lighter, which means the product is cheaper than the Atoll D. I don't need the spacer, which means I put my money into the RZ quick release. I think it's called the QRZ3 or the RZ3 quick release. What I love about this is you just attach this little device to the front of the X-Rotator 75. This device is attached to your tripod head, your ball head or your gimbal head, and then it slides in and locks, and to let go, to take it off the camera, there's no unscrewing anything. And the button is big enough to use with gloves. Cold weather, wet weather, not going to be a problem. Easily attach and detach, and it is secured, okay? So I have the X-Rotator 75 along with the RZ3 quick release from Fotopro. I have all of those devices on my buy gear page on my website. This is important. So I was asked, will this work with the 50 to 200 or the 150 to 400? I don't own a 150 to 600 and I don't own a 100 to 400. I've tested them, but I don't own them. I don't really need to spend the money on them. So here's what I know. The X75 works fine if you have the HLD10 battery grip on your body. So if you put the X-Rotator 75 on a gripped OM1 or OM1 Mark II, then this works fine for the big lenses, okay? Now, again, you're not connecting this to your tripod with those big lenses, but if you have one main, say you only have one OM1 Mark II, and you're going to want to use the live graduated neutral density filter for landscape, but you also want to shoot wildlife with it, well, then you'll want this at times for doing landscape or night sky, and then at times you're going to be shooting handheld. If you have an ungripped OM1 or OM1 Mark II, this does not work with those lenses because this part will hit the lens foot. You can't get the lens attached. You could rotate it out of the way, but I like to be direct and say, if you leave this where it's supposed to, it's going to interfere, okay? So if you rotate off to the side, it would probably work. I didn't test that directly, but I just want you to know, I don't think it would be a good combination. This, if you rotate this to the side to get out of the way, it's going to be in the way of all the switches. All right. So this is how you rotate your camera vertically. This little thing right here, and this is just like on the Atoll D. I find this great, easy to use with gloves. No problem. It's big. It sticks out. It's got wings to help you grab it and tighten it down. So if you're looking for a lighter, cheaper alternative to the Atoll D, look no further than the X-Rotator 75. Now the X-Rotator 95 might work with the two bigger lenses on an ungripped body. I don't own one. Maybe I'll spend the money to test that for you and see. But I highly recommend this. On any landscape body I own, this will go on there. And I've been using the OM3 mostly for landscape over my OM1 Mark II of late. Just really fallen in love with this camera. Won't love it for wildlife, promise you. Would not buy this if you want to do wildlife and landscape. I know some of the ambassadors are using it for wildlife. Not me. It would drive me nuts. The controls are just not in place to make changes quickly. So that's the results. Again, I bought this. It's not that expensive. I think it's under 60 bucks. And then the RZ3, I don't remember how much it is, to be honest. So let me not take a guess. But I like the combination. You don't have to put that on there. But for me, it just makes it much easier and quicker. Y'all know my philosophy for nature photography is speed first, accuracy second. So that's my initial assessment of the X-Rotator 75 compared to the Atoll D. I'd be happy to use either one on my cameras. I will keep both. But in the future, I'll be buying the X-Rotator 75. Hey guys, I really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for buying through my affiliate links. Thank you for buying private education or going on a workshop with me. Without you, I couldn't do what I love. And I absolutely love teaching nature photography. And I hope you know that on all of my videos, whether I'm talking about gear, technique, composition, fieldcraft, that I'm coming to you with what I have learned being in the field for, who knows, tens of thousands of hours. I know I shoot a lot and I'm out a lot. So thank y'all. I hope this proved helpful. And you know, my goal is when I'm doing equipment reviews, I don't want you to spend unnecessary money, and I don't like for you to buy gear you don't need. So I want you to always know you can trust what I come to you with. Hey, listen, you guys have a great day. I hope you have an awesome Christmas coming up. Y'all be sure, if you're traveling, be safe with family and friends out there. Go capture some visually compelling images. We'll talk to you next time.